ACM, basically, if you guys were here last week for the BFM, ACM is basically BFM with a teammate. So within ACM, we're going to assume that you're flying in a flight of two, an element like that, in which you have the lead and the wingman, and they'll be helping each other engage a bandit. ACM can be done in any sort of way: 2v1, 2v2, 2v many, and it's pretty difficult at a start. I remember when I was learning ACM a long time ago on DCS, you just kind of have to go with the flow. Obviously, it's a lot more difficult when you're flying with someone that you may not know that well, you haven't flown a lot with. But when you practice it and maybe you get more opportunities to do it, it gets, I wouldn't say easier, but it flows a lot better and it'll feel a lot better. And I know personally for me, flying in uh, like ITO 80s, for example, where you don't exactly have all the Fox 1s and Fox 2s, it's just you, your Mark 1 eyeballs, and your wingman. That definitely gives you a lot of experience. So mutual support is the number one thing with ACM, flying with your wingman. A lot of times, a lot of people, if you played any World War II sims like IL-2 or War Thunder Sim or anything like that, a lot of people times, if you're doing a 2v1 as the wingman, your first instinct is to follow behind, your flight lead. When actually the most advantageous position you can do is to take yourself out of plane of the bandit as a supporting fighter and go above the fight, sort of give yourself some distance, and then you can get a better advantageous position from above and get on the bandit while your flight lead is trying to engage him in BFM. Comms is very important. Everyone has dealt with busy comms. You got to get what you want to say out really quickly. Push to talk, not push to think. Uh, a lot of times it's easier to use plain speak. There's nothing wrong with using plain speak if you don't know the brevity code for something. But whatever you do, you want to keep everything you say as brief as possible, especially if you're doing ACM and something like a four ship. There's going to be four people trying to talk. There's going to be three trying to lead four, and a lot of people aren't at the skill level where you can, run a flight without too many comms. But that's for another day. So if you've done any cast before, or worked with any 9 lines, continue will be familiar with you. Basically, continue is the call to continue, but yeah, keep doing what you're doing, but don't engage yet. When the aircraft is coming in from the IP, they'll say, N from the west. JTAC will say continue, and then and then I'll clear them hot. And it's basically here is the same thing. The complete opposite of continue is press, and press is basically that cleared hot call where lead can tell you to engage that bandit. For example, there's another brevity code, Hound Dog, and Hound Dog basically lets the engaging fighter would say that to the this is a reverse. The supporting fighter will say Hound Dog to the engaging fighter, and then the engaging fighter can reply with press. The engaging fighter will pull off and become the supporting fighter, and they'll switch roles. And at that point, the supporting fighter should be able to swoop in and kill the bandit with whatever they have available. One thing that's really important, though, is you don't want to call a Hound Dog when it's not necessarily true. You want to make sure that you're truly within a good position to engage that bandit so you can get the fight over with. In BFM, you want to stop the fight as quickly as possible. You can have a contract with a lot of things. Basically, a contract is something that the flight lead will pre-brief to his flight. Um, and that can be a lot of things. What formation do you want after takeoff? How are we going to take off? Individual, by element, by flight, by echelon left, et cetera, et cetera. And contracts can go beyond. You've used some before. If you were at the BVR training we did a few weeks ago, where we would pre-brief contracts for how you will sort bandits, whether you sort right to right, left to left, for altitude, et cetera, et cetera. Here with ACM, you can set a contract for who's going to engage, who's going to cover. A lot of times it's dynamic. Sometimes flight lead can, you know, he can change it up. But having a contract, knowing what you're going to do before you get into that situation is definitely gonna be a plus, where you're not gonna be plugging up comms trying to figure out what the game plan is, like 10 seconds before you're merged. So, like I brought up before, in a World War II sim, it's really easy to get um, tunnel vision as the wingman because there's a lot to look at. You got to manage your own plane. You have to watch your flight lead. You have to watch the bandit. You have to watch everywhere else outside of the fight. And that's why there's only one engaged fighter at a time, because it completely negates the possibility of crashing into each other. It negates the possibility of blue on blue, and it negates the possibility of your shot getting blocked. Because maybe you're engaging a bandit, and then all of a sudden your flight lead or vice versa uh, comes up in your HUD out of nowhere. So, as the engaged fighter, as you can assume, their job is to complete the BFM with the bandit as quickly as possible. Either A, the engaged fighter kills the bandit, or B, pushes him into a situation in which the supporting fighter, the wingman, can swoop in and kill the bandit. So if you go into, you're merged from a neutral fight. You start a two circle as the engaged fighter, and the supporting fighter can go up, wait for the opportunity, or he can go up and help lead or the engaging fighter anytime that he's losing the fight. The number one thing for the supporting fighter to do is to keep SA for the flight and to help lead kill the bandit. Everything is hard to keep track of in an ACM fight, especially when it's more than 2v1. You're going to be looking at a lot of different things. Having your SA is not the easiest thing in the world, especially when you have to look, beyond the fight. I know there's been plenty of times where I'll look at something and then I'll look away for a split second and then I'll look back and they're gone. Now, like I said before, when you're the supporting fighter and you get the possibility to engage that fighter, you got to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and that's positive control. And positive control is that quick comms exchange. You got Hound Dog that you can use. Like I said, that tells the lead that you're in a position where you can swoop in on the bandit, and then he'll reply with press or continue. That is also possible, but most likely, the lead's going to want that fight to end as quick as possible, so he'll just have you press. But the number one thing is you want to make sure that you have that communication exchange, so everyone's on the same page. Because the last thing you want is have two fighters engaged with one bandit. here's some comms examples. I'll post the link to this, or let's see if I can post it right now.
But yeah, as you can see, communication is key. It'll be really hard to do this without any comms at all, almost impossible. Because now we're going to be in similar aircraft, so communication is really going to be key because we're in the same jet. Um, as you're maneuvering, especially if there's a 2v2. So usually in a 2v2, both pairs go off and do their own little fight. It depends on what tactics you have. There's a tactic where you can kind of do a little hopscotch of each person. Have like enemy friendly, enemy friendly. But usually it splits into two separate BFMs. And once one of those BFMs are done, the winner of that, which is hopefully your wingman, comes and helps you. And when he's coming into that situation, he doesn't know if you're up, down, left, right, slow, fast, flaring or not. So the person in the actual the BFM, the current BFM, has to explain what's going on. They could say I'm defensive. That automatically means I'm the person in front. The bandit is behind me. You could say I'm offensive, which automatically means I'm in the back and I'm trying to shoot down the bandit. So just kind of go into that supporting fighter role. So communication is key for all of these situations here.
I'm not sure if who did the BFM, what you call it, last week, but I'm sure he went over tactics like rolling scissors,
A,
flat
a
scissors,
little bit. It was
types
a
of
little
leads
bit of
and
stuff,
pursuits.
and I think different leads pursuits. Yes, lead,
Okay,
lag, and pure. But we didn't really go too much into yo-yo or anything like that. But we
okay,
did BFM for like 2 hours. I think some of us probably figured it out a little bit.
okay. I won't go over the BFM part too much because we went over that twice last week. There are I'd say there's no correct way to do BFM other than to not die and make sure you kill the other guy. So with mutual support, like Prime said, a lot of times it's going to end up into two different BFMs in a 2v2, and in the perfect scenario, um, a lot of times you'll have it in the scenarios that we're going to fly tonight. We'll have the two groups, go at each other in either neutral, offensive, or defensive ACM. And likely how it'll go is the two fights will happen. One of them will finish first, and then the whoever finished their bandit will go and help their wingman. And from there, most likely they'll end up as the engaged fighter if it's continuing, and if possible, they'll immediately be hound dog, and they'll be able to press and kill off their wingman's bandit that they've been fighting before. Now, placement as the engaged fighter is pretty important. You don't want to be directly above or below because that could put you A, you can't see too well, and B, the enemy could possibly see you as a viable target of opportunity, and you get schwacked just like that. You want to be within 2 nautical miles of the fight. You don't want to be too close or too far, because if you're too far, maybe you won't get those opportunities to get into the position you want. And if you're too close, like I said before, you either can't see or you become a target of opportunity. I'm going to stream uh, some art. All right, everyone's checking here.
Yes.
All right. So with ACM, let's say you have a 2v1. Obviously, red's bandit, blue's the good guys. What you can do is you already have a contract, right? And you have, let's just say, leads here on the left, and you have the wingman sorry, lead here on the right and the wingman on the left. You could have it so that the lead is already pre-briefed to engage this bandit, and they'll begin their 1 or 2 circle fight while the wingman is already going up above. So you have this two-circle fight that's going on, and then the wingman or the supporting fighter is going to be basically circling around the entire engagement, waiting for an opportunity to help out the lead, whilst at the same time keeping an eye out for any incoming threats, using his radar to check with external threats, or maybe even check in with AWACS, while lead is busy, making sure that the rest of the package is on the same page, that your flight is merged. Um, it kind of depends on the situation. Sometimes you don't exactly want to have an external flight uh, get into your fight, and then it becomes a furball. And a lot of times, furball is more difficult to deal with than just a simple 2v1 or 3v1 or however many v many. Uh, some different ways that you can put yourself and your wingman in an advantageous position is having an extension or lagging behind the bandit. So in this one, you have it so that the lead is sort of continuing off the bandit. He sort of puts himself into a lag pursuit and in the extension, and then the wingman is already going off into the two circle while the lead is in the one circle with the bandit. And so when they come around, one or two of them is going to have that firing solution on the bandit there.
It
Another good way, if you're in a 2v1 or even a 2v2, is the bracket. The bracket is uh, is basically the ACM version of a BVR offensive split. And what that does is you're flying formation, line abreast, or something similar to that. But what the important thing is the lateral space between the lead and the wingman, and that forces in a 2v1 situation the bandit to choose to fight one of you or run away. In a 2v2 situation, that gives you good lateral spacing between each BFM fight. So one, you're not going to be crashing into each other, and two, maybe you don't end up as a target of opportunity and get engaged from the bandit from the other flight, and you're not going to be, getting tangled between each other into a massive furball.
any questions so far? No, we talked about a lot. We'll nitpick some stuff and go over some things. But any questions at all so far as you remember? All right.
So in this one, I've heard a few different things about the Viper specifically, in terms of keeping the opportune speed to be at, so you get your max turning performance. Here it says between 400 and 450. I've also heard 350 to 400. Basically, I know that below 350, you're going to end up bleeding a lot more speed trying to maintain that same term, whereas keeping it above 350. Because as soon as you drop below, to me it feels like it just drops and just loses energy continuously until you're just all out. A lot of times in an active combat situation, you won't exactly have the opportunity to choose how you get engaged with a bandit. So here it kind of goes over how, if there's a large altitude difference, how you can engage the bandit as a supporter. So here you have, let's say you're line abreast with the lead, and then you have the bandit, the MiG there. One thing you can do is you can sort of do a loop while he goes into the one circle with your lead, and then while he's in the one circle, you're coming down on them, and you can call Hound Dog, and Lee can tell you to press, and then you got him right there. And what that does for the bandit is basically it gives him two people to fight at once, even if he doesn't know it. In this situation, where you have the supporting fighter going up and creating that vertical movement, that vertical spacing between him and the bandit, he's now fighting essentially a three circle fight that would be impossible for him to win.
And as he's saying with spacing, so if your Thunderbirds going through there holding each other's hands, the bandit basically has one person to shoot down. But if you're spaced like a mile or two, then you can't reach those. And as you said, it's like basically a three circle fight. So spacing is important. That's why line abreast is probably one of the best tactical formations when going in air to air wise.
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely spacing. And once the engaged fighter gets into it, keep that spacing. Don't get closer and closer and closer. And then now you and your wingman are in the same field of view as the bandit. So now the bandit can see both of you. So once the bandit sees both of you, it doesn't mean he's going to win. It just means that he has SA of where both of you are. Um, if the bandit only has one person, and then the supporting fighter could be anywhere. So the bandit is busy with this one guy and unable to know where the other person is. So it's always good to keep your spacing when in an ACM fight.
Yeah, me personally, if I'm flying as a wingman, as soon as the lead calls defense in, what I do is I automatically push myself to at least half a mile spacing between myself and my lead, so that when we do start getting engaged, I don't have to push as far or as drastically to get to that mile spacing, whether line abreast or any other formation that he may call or doesn't call. Another thing, being a wingman, for me is taking initiative. So if you know that you're getting into that BBR fight or ACM fight, and lead's thinking about a whole lot. He's thinking about himself, his wingman, his element, and the package as a whole. So he might forget to push you out into that 1 mile line abreast. So definitely taking initiative for something like that is definitely going to help take a lot of the workload off of the lead.
Yep, 100%. So it's always good to have a wingman that can think cognitively and think on their own and kind of almost read the lead's mind. So and like he said, the lead is thinking about a lot of stuff, and if you haven't flight led yet, then you'll see eventually. But some of the new flight leads are like that was a different world. Like my brain I had 50 million tabs open. Like it's just crazy. You don't remember everything, you can't think of everything, and you're not worried about how far your wingman is when that's actually really important. But that's not one of the things that's on your brain at that moment at that time. But it's just perfect for your wingman to automatically do that spacing once you fence in and just do things on their own because it just clicks. It's great.
As a supporting fighter, you want to make sure that you're not being overzealous when you try to get into a position to get the bandit. You want to make sure that you're, behind his 3-9 line, which I'm sure you guys went over last week. And if you weren't there, the 3-9 line is basically the left and right of the bandit. You want to be in his
The back
right,
180 degrees.
yep, rear 180 degrees, so you can get that high aspect shot, and make sure that you're looking also behind you, because you have to not only get that position, but you also want to make sure that you're keeping SA for not only lead but yourself. I know there's been lots of times, I've flown IL-2, and I'll be in a supporting my flight lead, and I'll be a high cover for him, and I'm looking out and I see that there's some guy diving on me as well, and then I have to fight him.
Hey, excuse me. So if say you're in a two v, well, it doesn't matter, I guess. And earlier it said, don't get within 2 miles of the fight if you're supporting. So why not just go out 2 miles, line abreast, at fence in?
It recommended within 2 miles, not minimum 2 miles. That is something that you could do though when you're going into it. Uh, it's up to the lead to how he wants to handle it tactically. for me personally, I prefer my wingman in a tactical situation to be within half a mile and 1.5 mile. But obviously, everything's going to be dynamic, and that's something you can talk with your flight lead about, and have a contract beforehand for where he wants you to be, and how he wants to engage the fight.
Okay, thanks.
And it all depends. After this, I'll show you another picture, and it shows like the responsibilities of a wingman and a lead in a tactical formation.
Yeah, I was just thinking, it is 1 second here can decide something.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I was just thinking, if you're not supposed to be within 2 miles of a fight, if you're supporting, going from a mile to 2 miles when stuff's happening, it could be over by then.
Well, it's not because it'd be over. Well, it's usually both sides have missiles, so it could be
Right.
over pretty quickly. But you
Mhm.
just have to, both of you, on, because you could see a missile launch, especially if you're in BFM within visual range. You can see a missile launch, and you just react appropriately. So
Mhm.
if I would rather someone be really close to me than really far. So if they're 6 miles away, they literally can't do anything.
Sure.
But if they're let's say they're within that 2 mile minimum, they could at least do something. So you would rather them close than super far away,
Okay.
in my opinion.
Sure. Sure. Of course, in a BVR, 30, 40 miles or something, that's,
Yeah, BVR is different. Yeah.
going from a mile to 2 miles, it's not a
No.
problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
BVR you want to be spread out
So,
like
yeah.
5, depending on what it is. If you're going against a whole bunch of people, you want to spread out as much as you can.
Sure.
You don't want to be together, so you just spread out as much as you can. Kind of get two grinders. If it was like for some reason it was a 4v2, the two would have to
Mhm.
spread out as much as they can to try to prolong the death because it's going to happen. But that's about all you can do with spacing.
Sure.
So opportunity shooting. The way I personally interpret this is basically getting at the bandit at the fastest opportunity possible. I think that this is different than swapping positions from supporting to engaged and vice versa. Uh, Especially if you're going to be using a missile system, whether it's a Fox 2 or a Fox 3, especially for a Fox 3, because AMRAAMs can find something, anything, and it'll go and try and kill it, whether it's a good guy or a bad guy. Um, I'm not sure if there's brevity for this. I'll have to look in the dictionary if it has it in this doc or in the what was it dash 34 prime?
Yeah, the brevity document.
Yeah. I didn't see anything for this specifically. But you want to be careful with this sort of thing, especially if you're using a missile, because it could track onto your lead and you can end up in a blue and blue situation. Uh, and you could end up getting into the flight path of lead or vice versa, and you end up in a midair collision. So you want to just make sure that if you're going to take this opportunity shot, you really have the shot. Because if lead has to pull off for you to make the shot, and you can't continue to engage that bandit, then the fight is neutral from there. It's still a 2v1, but you're in a much less advantageous position than you were when he was engaging the one guy. And now he has the opportunity to A, engage someone else that might be you might be in a better position for, or B, he could cut and run back to a Samwez and then he's gone. The enemy still has that airframe and pilot still available to them.
And then yeah, about go back up one real quick.
Mhm.
So about this, when if all parties have missiles and you're the supporting fighter, your lead is the engaged fighter, and it's kind of getting into that position where you're able to shoot off a missile, but they're super close. Um, Actually, scratch that. So your lead is the defensive fighter. So there's a bandit behind your lead, and he's in trouble. So you're the supporting fighter at that quick second. So for some reason the bandit hit the brakes and your lead flew right by, and now he's in front. He's in trouble. So you could tell your lead, because right now the supporting fighter is in control, because you're the outside looking in, and you basically tell the defensive person what to do at all costs. Because if you're actually, let me do this. Go to in BMS UPT Bravo. There's a link, the Jamboard, classic Jamboard, and I'll draw a little bit of thing here real quick. So you are the supporting fighter. You're this little line here. You're the blue line. This is the bandit, and that's your lead. So if you want to get a shot here, which way would you want your lead to turn? Would you want him to turn left, or would you want him to turn right? So you can get a better shot on the bandit here. Anybody have any ideas?
Say left.
Wait, what? Still trying to bring it up.
So this is the supporting fighter. This is the enemy, and that's your lead. Which way would you want your lead to turn so you can have a better shot at shooting the enemy there?
Left?
Yeah, I would say left, because if you have a missile, the enemy might have a missile, might not have a missile, but that's a horrible situation. But to make it a little bit better, to have a shot, your lead the defensive fighter will turn left, and you can come right behind and shoot off a missile as your lead is turning left, basically getting them out of the line of fire for a quick second there. But you got to be quick, because the bandit's going to turn right behind them. So you can kind of tell your lead which way to go to make your shot better. So if this is a head-on situation here, so it's head-on, and then the bandit is right here going this way, and then you are, I don't know, let's say you're right here. So in this, it'll be the same. I would have my lead turn to his right. So the bandit is like literally right in front of you. So you would kind of you would meld the situation to match what your parameters will be to get off a missile or even get behind them. Because if you turn this way, you're already turned to the left here, so it'll take longer for you to turn all the way over here to get in the same orientation as everybody else. But since you're already 45 degrees to the left, they have to make that turn, and you're behind both of them by just going straight.
Maybe tell the lead to turn so it basically increases the angle between you two.
Turn this way?
Well, but by turning to his right there, that increases the angle between you and your lead. Which
would increase the aspect angle.
Increases so it increases the safety margin, if you will.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one way to look at it too. Tell them to turn whichever way increases that angle.
Scenario, you tell the lead brake right.
Yeah, they're right. Yep, you might even go that way. Because if you go this way, technically your lead is in between you and the bandits. That's automatically a no-go. So you have a couple seconds of you can't do anything. But if you turn this way, then you have all that time to be able to make a decision. Or sometimes if you lock up the bandit, they'll literally pull off. So the bandit's like focused on your lead, and you lock them up, STT dogfight mode, and it goes in their RWR. They'll look around, they'll freak out, and they'll either lose tally or turn off. So you'll actually get them thinking a lot more if you have them turn this way.
The opposite to that is, say you're in a 2v1 a neutral fight with single bandit. You're coming in.
You can draw on this.
The lead wants to. I can draw on this one.
Yeah, you can draw on it.
Here we go. You got a 2v1 neutral fight. Whichever way the lead ends up, whether it's a 1 circle or a 2 circle, the lead wants to make sure that he's communicating that with, with the wingman. So if you're going left and you're going to create, whichever fight you're going to make, you can call that out so the wingman automatically knows what's going on, because he might not be looking at you at that exact moment when the fight's starting, especially if we're in the same aircraft. A lot of countries have F-16s, or maybe you're in a training scenario where they'll be using the same aircraft. It's really easy to lose track of who's who.
Yeah.
So giving those callouts as the engaged fighter can really help the supporting fighter figure out who's who and create that better situation.
And as a supporting fighter, you're kind of doing two things at once. Your primary goal is to keep out of the fight. That's your primary job. Secondary job is to communicate, and the third job is to look around you. The SA. So kind of look around you, see if there's any, like, is the bandit pulling us into a Samwez? Do you see AAA on your RWR and the lead is getting too low? Do you see like an SA8 on your RWR and your lead is like descending into the SA8 grasp? Like, you gotta like let him know some things. He may or may not be able to do something, but you can at least tell them what is going on. Or if you have some friendlies coming in or something along those lines. So you always have that big picture of what's going on, and using your radar, looking out in the distance, making sure there's not a guerrilla group coming your way or something.
All right. So you're done with the fight. Now you're getting out of there. What's important when you're leaving a fight, whether it's BVR or ACM, is immediately figuring out what's going on around you. One thing that you want to do when you're leaving a fight, if possible, is you want to get within your own friendly Samwez. Like when we were doing the BVR fights a couple weeks ago. If enemy gets too close, you push south and you get within the Hawk or Patriot range, and it's practically like a home base, if possible. Another thing that you want to do, if available, is you want to get that picture from AWACS. And for the wingman, is you want to make sure that you're getting back into formation with lead. At all times, it is the wingman's responsibility and duty to make sure that he's within position and information with lead. Slightly can't be wrong. So, takeaways. Make sure that you have that contract with your wingman. What are you gonna do when you get into these situations? It doesn't have to be just ACM, but a whole bunch of other things as well. Make sure that you're getting that separation, and you can get that opportunity shot, or you can get called hound dog, and you can get that bandit. Make sure that you're not in the way of the engaged fighter. Make sure that the supporting fighter is looking out, maintaining SA for the lead and for the flight, and vice versa. Making sure that the SF is giving lead that option for positive control. You don't want to just say nothing and all of a sudden you're Fox 2 on the bandit, and lead has no idea. That's gonna be a lot of questions. It's gonna be a long debrief after that one.
Oh yeah, it's a
And
rocket motor going past your canopy. It's like, okay, all right.
Yep. And when you're done with the fight, make sure that you're getting a good look in the area, whether it's radar, getting a good look at your HSD, getting a picture, et cetera, and getting back in formation and continuing or going home. Defensive ACM. This is for situations in which you get into a BFM situation in which you're defending from an enemy. Like I said before, using line abreast formation with good spacing, making sure that your radar coverage is overlapped. That should be something that you contract with for your flight. Who's looking where? You don't necessarily want to be looking in complete opposite positions, but you don't want to be looking in the same position either. So you just want to make sure that you're getting good coverage of the area visually and with your radar as well. Getting those cross checks, making sure that your lead wingman is your lead is clear, his 6 is good. He's looking to see if your 6 is good. You know, you can shackle. That's a good way to see both behind you, behind each other, in the flight as a whole. And definitely using assets such as E3 or GCIs. So with defensive ACM, even when you're outnumbered, surprise can be your greatest asset. You know, you definitely don't want to be those guys who are flying, you know, fingertip, Blue Angels, Thunderbirds, and then you get destroyed two planes with one pass because you're just flying so close together. Um, with mutual support and a defensive situation, you can create a situation in which you can turn it around. Splitting up, if you aren't already, is automatically a good idea. In which case, whoever is defending, the bandit has to pick one target, and whoever's defending can continue to defend and keep that fight as neutral as possible, or even turn it around. And that supporting fighter can help out the engaged fighter who's defending, and take care of that bandit. A lot of times, though, you really won't get the opportunity to be defensive in these ACM fights, especially with missiles and radar and guns and whatnot. I'd be surprised if someone goes through and uh, can get the drop on you and not come off with at least one kill after a pass. That is pure luck. But if you do happen to be in that situation, or you're in a guns only fight, uh, you know, you can use break turn. Make sure that you're calling out any missiles for either yourself or lead. Making sure that you got your flares out. You're breaking, creating that separation, and going on with the fight BFM from there. And make sure that you're not hitting each other too. That's also really important. With defensive ACM, mutual support, it's very similar to being offensive. Um, a switch can be done in which the lead and the wingman, they switch positions, and the bandit again has to pick which target to engage. The number one thing, for a 2v1 situation is splitting off apart, and then making sure that the bandit is not able to defeat you in detail.
So let me have an example. Go up one.
Mhm.
So right here, so your Viper 1, the bandit is where it's at. Your number 2 is where it's at. What is, I guess, subjectively, what would be one of the things to not do? Like, which way should you not turn as your Viper 1? So your Viper 1, which way should you not turn? Anybody?
Well, I'd say vertically or below. I would think by turning to the right of Viper 1, that'd be all right. Instead of, here they both turn to the left. I think if like Viper 2 turned left and Viper 1 turned right, that'd be all right.
Well, if Viper 1 turns right, that automatically puts you defensive. And
Mhm.
and if there's a missile, then you got a missile down the pipe. But if you go left, you're putting your nose toward it, so it's a little colder than your engine. So it's not any better to turn left, but it's worse to turn right.
Well, yeah, but wouldn't turning right, wouldn't that do the same thing as, you're the MiG. Okay, one just turn left, one just turn right. Which one do I go after?
But if there's missiles involved,
Okay.
and then it takes you a longer time to, this bandit's already turning to the right in this case.
Okay.
And if you turn right, you'll just be like directly behind.
Mhm.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Right.
Yeah, if I was that MiG and they both cross each other, whoever turns right in this situation is going to be, in theory, a quick and easy kill, and then you can, turn your attention to the second one, and then you're in a 1v1, maybe even a neutral 1v1.
Yep, because it's
Yeah.
that low aspect. So it's like a easier target to hit something that has a lower aspect. If you make that left turn,
Sure.
the
Sure.
aspect is getting higher and higher, and it's hard to get a good shot off. And
Sure.
you're jamming the whiz instead of extending the whiz. You're like kind of jamming it, like in baseball. You
Sure.
don't throw it on the inside.
So in that situation, let's assume you don't have tally on the bandit. You'd just have to go by your RWR in terms of his position.
Basically, yep. Just turn
Yeah.
into them. It would be better
Right.
to turn into
Right.
them.
Sure.
Mhm.
And I'll definitely in your groups. I know we lost some people, but if you're the aggressor, and you get and make sure to have examples of defensive ACM. What I did before, I would have my RWR off, and I would have both of the blues. So I'm aggressor. Have both of the blues. This line abreast is chilling, and I would either say I have like 3 different ways. I would either say fights on once you get visual, and I would trust them to look straight, and then when I would say like go, then they would like try to get visual of me, and I would be somewhere that they probably can't see me, and they would have to move to see me because if they keep going straight, then that's wrong. You can't get visual by going straight, and someone's behind you. So
Sure.
either have the visual, or when I turn my RWR or my radar on, so I'll have my radar off for a little bit, and the moment I turn it on, it's a blanket fights on. So they'll have to like coordinate where the RWR is and adjust from there. And there's another one where I say fights on. So I put myself in an advantageous position, and I would say fights on, and then they would have to figure it out and do different things. That's just different ways to do defensive BFM to make it a little more challenging for the Blues there, since you are only one.
Sure. I was just thinking, if Viper 1 was to turn to the right, he presents that thing that was mentioned earlier. He's a decoy, and Viper 2 can then kill the bandit. But I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it still gets the job done, but
As long as
there's
you don't die yourself.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Because you don't know if they have a missile or not. So turning
Right.
right would be a death sentence for a missile. Let's do a couple more of these, and then we'll start giving out groups.
Yeah, this one's just about up. So the late switch is another maneuver that you can do. Gives the opportunity for a supporting fighter to get that high aspect pass from the bandit, and that creates a fight maybe that they didn't expect. Of course, you're gonna want to be able to, keep that communication with lead. It's a lot harder here because obviously only one person can talk at a time. So you just want to make sure that you're listening to those cues on the radios, because if you're talking at the same time, then nothing gets said. And so in this maneuver, just as the bandit, he's getting his nose on the fight, he might not be able to get those missiles on, especially if he has only rear aspect missiles, older ones, like AIM-9Ls or Papas or sometimes Mikes. Although they are all aspects, sometimes they're not as good from the front.
And you have to both blues have to be visual. So in this, if they were switch, then one would be like he's on me, and you would think that. But if you're not looking at him, this is where 3 comes in, or not 3, but 2 comes in and saying I'm defensive because he's at that 3 position now. So actually they're kind of both defensive at this point because it's both 3. But if they were in the I'm trying to see where I'm. It's this picture doesn't match what I'm trying to say. So in other words, you have to always have visual of the bandit, even though if you think the other person's defensive, you're not going to look away and be like, all right, he's defensive. I'm gonna look at something else now. Like you have to give updates of the bandit, what the bandit's doing. So if you're defensive, if you're number 1 defensive, and you see him turning towards your number 2, you would say 2, he's turning towards you. And then 2 would look around and try to see, if not already padlocked already, and be able to have that communication back and forth. So you have to give each other the holes in the communication to kind of give them what they want to hear.
Mhm.
If the bandit switches in this case to someone else.
And then we have whoops. Same side brake turn. Here it looks like they have a little bit more spacing. For this one, it creates that separation, and it creates, that same catch-22 for the bandit. Which one am I going to go after? Because no matter what in this scenario, it's still a 2v1, and if he doesn't get one out of the fight immediately, then he's gonna be he's gonna have a really hard time. With this maneuver though, with the brake turn, you could lose sight of the bandit, and he could take a snapshot. But with missiles, no matter what you do, there's always the opportunity for, if you're defensive, for the offensive fighter to get that snapshot off. You know, uh, some people may not, shoot at the merge, in a live fire, but anytime you can shoot in the merge, especially with the 9X, you want to take that opportunity.
Well, I was gonna say in that turn, doesn't that put Viper 2 in a disadvantageous position? Because that would
And this one, yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
it's one of the
And that's
disadvantages.
the same. That's the same thing with what Bible was saying earlier. What if they, looking at where the bandit can go? Like for example, they could go left here, and that would put Viper 1 at a disadvantage. It's just one of
Right.
those split-second decisions that you kind of have to make in the moment. When you're
there's no
defensive,
right decision.
exactly. When you're defensive, there's not exactly a right decision. There's only a wrong decision.
Yeah, there's definitely
And
wrong
you kind of
decisions.
just have to take take a risk to see, do whatever you can do.
And if you're defensive, it basically anything goes, because I think I said this before. You'll die if you make the right decision. You'll die if you make the right decision, and you could die if you make no decision. So just something, anything, literally
Right.
anything.
If you've done any, tech turns, you'll be familiar with the cross turn. Cross turn here puts you in a situation. Let's say you're line abreast, half mile, mile plus, and you have a bandit sort of splitting your formation. He's going to have to again go after one of them, so you can pull that cross turn and force the decision while still maintaining that all important spacing. Obviously, you're still going to have the same issues with a regular cross turn where you're both at the apex of the turn. You could run into each other. One way to mitigate that, though, obviously, is altitude separation. And also, when you're turning in, you should be able to see your lead where he's turning and kind of take a good guess of where he's going to be. At the same time, though, the bandit may not be forced to commit against either plane. Especially in that cross turn, you might be looking at make sure you're not hitting your wingman or your lead, and he can just take that opportunity to keep going straight, and he can run, or he can engage. So with this one, the bandit has a lot more options than in some of the other maneuvers. And just like was mentioned before, he might have the opportunity to meet one fighter in high aspect, and he might get a better angle on one of them than the other. But obviously, that's always going to be an issue in a defensive fight. So with an asymmetric bandit, that's probably going to be the most likely situation. You know, um, me personally, I don't sneak up behind flights and practically join their formation before I engage them. So they could be coming from 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever. But just like Prime said before, you want to basically create, a bad shot for them. You want to be turning into the bandit. So here he's coming in, and it looks like that he's angled off to the left, almost 45 degrees. So if he's coming in from the bottom left of the RWR, or you see him at the back of your eye to your left, you obviously want to be turning into him. So you're keeping those good angles and making sure that he's not getting behind your 3-9 line. Any questions?
Neat.
All right. I'm going to get a water.
Ooh,
I
so
would like to, one
oh,
thing
go
that
ahead.
Yeah, I need some water too.
just one thing that before we actually get started with anything, I mean, I don't know how much further, if there's anything else you want to go over, but I would like to see the use of the terms continue, press, and so on, those terms again. Like just a real quick, summary.
Yeah,
of
no
that
problem.
again.
So let's say, you're in that 2v1 fight. You're the supporting fighter.
You can probably
You
scroll up.
notice the
You should be
fight
able to scroll
is
up.
developing into a situation where you can easily, come down and get that shot on the bandit. So in that situation, as a supporting fighter, I'd let lead know. I'd say, hound dog, and that lets lead know that you're in a good spot where you can swap, and he'll become the supporting fighter, and the supporting fighter would become the engaged fighter. And so if the supporting fighter says hound dog, lead can reply with press, and basically what that does is that's him acknowledging that 1, you have a shot, and 2, he's going to get out of the way so you can make that shot. And with continue, it basically be the same thing, but obviously without directly engaging the fighter. So one thing, one use that I can imagine that for is say that someone from higher says you're not supposed to shoot these planes down. Maybe you're intercepting and you end up in a dogfight, a la Top Gun, where you're just having a measuring contest and you're not supposed to shoot down the other guy's planes. You might say continue instead of press, so your wingman or the supporting fighter doesn't accidentally kill the bandit when he's not supposed to. For example, I know Turkey and Greece, oftentimes their F-16s end up dogfighting over the Aegean Sea. There's a lot of HUD cams of that. Does that answer your question?
Yep. So if lead wants to clear somebody in, it's either press or cleared. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a press or continue, and obviously he can say no if he wants.
Yeah, press is, they're both the same, except press is the ability to shoot. Continue is
Exactly.
no shoot. But you can continue what you're doing, stay where you are, continue your maneuver, but don't engage.
All right. I'm seeing another. I was looking at the BEM manual, and I'm seeing another term that's kind of interesting. So apparently, there's cleared, and that's what I'm reading here. This is where the flight lead wants to say press, but he doesn't have the positional awareness on where his wingman is, and he doesn't know how to do the deconfliction safely.
Mhm.
So he can't actually become the supporting fire.
Yeah, I think I've seen that a couple of times.
So that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it's like clear. It's like I acknowledge it, but I
Like,
don't
you
have
can
the
do
full
it, but
picture.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
So I think in that case, it says here the wingman may continue to maneuver versus the adversary, but must maintain deconfliction. So I guess it is kind of a press, but you're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
Until the lead can kind of sort out what's going on. I guess that's if the lead is really in bad shape.
Yeah.
Right. I would imagine in that situation, the engaged fighter, if he calls cleared, what I would personally do is I would just brake high in the opposite direction of whatever turn we're in already, if we're in one. And keep
Cool.
keep eyes on the bandit to make sure that even if I can't see the supporting fighter coming in, I'll get him eventually if he's following the bandit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would imagine that situation. You've already done a couple of turns, and your situational awareness is probably at its absolute lowest.
Yeah.
Then on this,
Silverback's back.
yay! Then this live stream, got just little responsibilities here.
I'm pulling up the Discord right now. Right, there you go.
Basically in order, the numbers is in order, 1 being the highest. So the wingman looks in front, then he looks behind lead, then he looks to 3 to visual limits, and then 4. So it's kind of like a cycle you kind of have to do. Forward, back, kind of, and then left, and then right.
Right.
As a generalization. Obviously, if the enemy's to your right, you're going to look there first. Like if North Korea is to your east in this case, you're going to look that way. But as a general rule, and this is why it's important for line abreast, so you can see each other's 6 o'clock. If you're in
Prime.
yes.
So you mean looking as in visually or radar?
Looking like visually.
Mark 1 eyeballs.
Yep. So this is like looking out forward. You're going to look forward for stuff. And then you look behind lead, make sure there's no one there. This is like if you're like after you're fenced in, like in the thick of it, not taking off. So you'll be looking in front of you, behind lead, 3, and then 4. Look kind of like staying frosty and looking all around you.
Is there a maneuver where whichever plane would turn 360 degrees to check with radar behind you?
Usually what I do if we're coming up to like we're about to fence in, are you talking about like during the fight?
No, I'm talking about, say, deep strike
Okay.
behind enemy lines. So how do you know what's behind you unless you have radar lock, which would result in a radar warning receiver light, right?
So you would look at your RWR to see if because if you're deep strike, you're not really worried about the air threats. Like you should have your escort and you should have your GCI taking care of you. Your only job is air to ground. You're not even in air to air mode. So you just have to pay attention and trust your other friends. You have to trust your escort flight and your GCI to tell you if there's anything close.
Okay.
But you are monitoring your other systems. But if you have nails something, it's not really that big of a deal. But if you have spike, then that's a little bit big of a deal, and there's something's you need to kind of put your attention toward that. Ask GCI spiked Falcon 2 spiked north or something, and he would tell you how far it is, and then hopefully your escorts will be already on it. Hopefully they're already targeted with missiles in the air, as an ideal situation. But
Okay.
basically have to trust your other flights in your package.
Get this sorted out here. My damn radar's not working. Oh, here we go. There we go. Hey, Jersey, we got 9 Papas. Well, in terms of missiles, but we're not going to worry about that.
9 Papas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Anyway,
rear
we're
aspect.
not going to worry about missiles. Oh, I just had a big.
Oh, I thought you were suggesting we had 9 of them. Never mind.
Okay.
That's a fair assumption. English is hard.
Okay. Prime's at 166,101 at 22,000. Here comes some data.
Got him.
And it's blanket fights on, so there's no merge here.
Okay. Go ahead and bracket right, Jersey. Merge. Where'd he go? I'm blind. One's blind.
So Jetty, kind of say, are you locked on right now? Kind of like explain what's happening.
I'm locked on trying to figure out who's who, though. I have tally. Yep, tally. Merge.
One's still blind. One's visual, one's tally. Just gotta figure out who's who.
You gotta explain what you're doing there, Juddy, if possible.
I'm
Yeah.
beaming you.
And are you defensive? Are you offensive? Like kind of explain to give a picture to
I
lead.
am offensive.
You're offensive, okay. One's offensive on Bandit. Merge. He's going low. Damn it. The hell. I lost him again.
Copy.
Damn track R bounced on me.
To his tally.
Give me your angels too.
Oh, he's coming right up on you, right on.
Okay, I got. I think you got me.
Very good, got me. Ejecting. So yeah, you see how crazy it could get? Just have to explain what you're doing, what the other person's doing, what the bandit's doing, who's he's going after if you get blind. So it's very dynamic and lots of communication involved.
Yeah.
And I don't think having me break off right was a good idea.
No, not in that case. Yeah, well, some of this first one I'm getting. I mean, I see it. Yeah, he's a 29. I see. You know, that's okay.
Well,
Okay, you got him. He's
pick
about
up your-
30 miles out, right off
pick
our
up-
nose.
Yep, pick up your airspeed.
Okay.
Am I taking lead on this one or you?
I'm still lead for the first three. I think he said.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Keep it somewhat streamlined.
Okay, let's drag right. Drag right, Jersey.
Dragging right.
I gotta get in dogfight mode here. Okay, about 20 miles out. Angel's 25. About 12 miles out, turn in.
Affirm.
Okay, let's go ahead and turn in now. He's semi-cold. Yeah, let's press on him. He's cold. Okay. 8 miles out. Okay, go ahead. Let's go ahead and commit.
Copy.
Tally.
Tally.
27,000. Merge.
He's climbing high.
He's climbing. Oh, my damn track IR keeps kicking out on me. Stay low, let him climb all he wants. Okay, come back down. Tally.
Two hound dog.
Press.
Very nice. I didn't even see you there. Very good.
I'm not a fan for going after the guy when he goes high.
Yeah, it just
Oh,
depends
good.
on your speed. If you got super
Yeah,
speed, then
exactly.
go for it. But if not, just kind of stay
Sooner or
low.
later, he's got to come down, you know.
Exactly.
Okay, about 35 miles out, Angels 22, Jersey.
Copy.
Let's drag right again.
Dragging right. State your heading.
165. He's 25 miles out. Angel's 22, still about 30. Yeah. So. Okay. One's going to commit into him. If you can cover.
2. Visual 1, tally bandit.
Same. Going high again.
Block.
One's blind.
2 is tally. Merge.
Two's tally.
Block. Block.
What's your position?
Merge.
Okay. You high or low?
Low.
Okay. And this jet just will not accelerate. Two brake left.
2's offensive.
Okay, press.
Warning, warning.
Very nice.
Warning, warning.
Yep, good communication there. And you said so you're offensive, like I'm already right there. So that's good.
Okay, go ahead and Jersey, your lead this time.
So everyone exit. Then we'll hop back in. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why, but every time right after the merge, and then I try to reacquire and my track IR would jump. That's the only time. Weird.
Interesting. Do you wear glasses?
Yeah.
Sometimes it does it for me. Like it'll like get my glasses as I'm looking up, and it'll just acquire my glasses and just like freak out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing is looking up.
Sometimes I'd lower the brightness of the actual LEDs.
Okay. Yeah.
Sometimes I do that. Let's see.
I was able to get tally on you again, but by that time,
Yeah.
You and Jersey were going at it.
All right. Same 25 miles, so we're a little closer now. And same. All right. So
Okay, Jersey, you go ahead and take lead this time.
Your lead.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and join.
Oops, what happened there?
Bandit 13 miles in closing.
Uh-oh. 6.5. Visual. Tally.
Tally. Merge.
Block.
Merge.
Visual. 1 is offensive.
Two's tally, visual.
1 offensive.
Altitude. Altitude. Lock. Warning, warning.
Very
Warning,
nice.
warning.
Got me.
Got blind there again for a second.
All right, visual 2, same thing. Line abreast, 1.5 mile spacing. Airspeed
Okay.
400.
Okay. About 17 miles.
Hey, fam. One is committed. Tally visual. Tally bandit.
2 tally.
Lock.
Bandit's high.
He's still staying high. Okay, he's coming back down, lead.
Copy. Tally.
Lock.
Lead, you offensive or defensive? Okay.
Neutral.
I got you.
Altitude. Altitude.
Closing deck. He's still high.
Two can commit.
Press.
Lock.
2's committed.
Lock.
2's breaking off. Looks like you're with him.
Lock.
He's on your 6th lead.
One's on deck.
Lock.
Okay, 2. Break right. I'm gonna hit the ground, damn it.
Lock.
Target fixation.
All right. Separate. Line abreast. 2 miles.
Okay.
I got an idea. Let's separate about 3 miles. You're going to turn into him on the left. I'm going to turn into him on the right.
Okay.
Not like you can't hear us, but
Yeah, I'm gonna lose. It doesn't matter. Like it's a better tactic than what you were doing, because before you kind of like chose who was gonna be offensive, and I chose the opposite person.
right.
So if you both go offense, I have to make a decision.
10 miles.
Yeah, but I thought both going offensive was a no-no, but no big deal.
Well, I have to choose one of them.
Sure.
All right.
Like if you
Tally bandit.
but if you
Breaking.
both go
Same.
defensive, that's not good.
2's breaking also.
Yeah, see, like this, I have a decision to make. Especially if you're spread out like that. And now you would just switch roles. Whoever I merge with is the engaged fighter.
2's merged.
Copy. 1 covering.
Lock.
1 hound dog.
Press. 2's off.
Very
Nice
nice.
shot.
Yeah, like that, I couldn't see both of you in the same spot, so very good.
Yeah, that was,
Very nice.
That was nice. Yeah, the hound dog. I kept forgetting to say that. I just say committed. You know.
That's when in doubt, just use English.
Yeah. Well, hound dog. You know, it means a different thing too. So.
Yeah. Well, I have a shot means it's the same
Sure.
type of thing.
All right, 2. Same tactic. Shackle. I'll take the right this time. You take the left.
Okay.
Line abreast. 2 miles. You got to push a lot further left.
Yeah, I was trying to get visual on you.
Shackled. I was on your right.
Okay. Yeah.
16 miles. Tally bandit.
2 same.
Looks like I'll mitt this time.
Repeat.
Looks like I'll mitt this time. Merging.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
heading to
Okay.
the merge. 8 miles out. Cover
Copy.
high if you can.
Copy.
Lock.
Merge. One is high.
Okay, he's going low. 2's hound dog.
Lock.
Press.
Lock. Lock.
Okay, he's going high again. Still on him.
Copy.
Going low again.
Altitude.
Setting low.
Altitude.
What's your status?
On the deck. Still on the 6.
1 offensive.
Press.
Warning.
Very nice.
Yeah, it was more of a teamwork one that time too.
All right, so I'm invisible right now, so don't mind me. Just kind of offset 45 left or right. Let me know which one, and I'll get behind you.
Okay. Let me get. Okay, I got visual on you too. Let's 45 to the left.
2.
We'll just keep this altitude.
That's right. Okay, never mind.
Oh well, my left. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll adjust. I needed to give spacing to get up behind you guys. So let's have it like kind of make it a real scenario. So don't be looking behind you. Don't be looking for me. I'll let you guys know when fight's on and stuff. So
Lock.
You want us to go? You want us to go level yet?
Yeah, just level, like you're
Okay.
going into the mission, and there's, you're doing normal stuff, and you don't know I'm here. It's just a normal thing
Sure.
going on right now. All right, so in this one, it'll be fights on when you see my radar. So once you see a nails or something on your RWR, that's fights on. So number one, look at your radar or your RWR, look and see where I am, turn into me,
Right.
and then like everything starts coming into play after that. So first turn into me, and then see who's closer, who's engaged, and start communicating that way.
Okay.
All right, it can happen at any point starting now.
No joy on you too.
Visual. I am trailing probably about a mile off to your left.
Okay.
About a mile to your left too.
Lock.
Okay.
Bike 29. 6 o'clock.
Same. Brake left. No joy on the bandit.
Tally
Lock.
bandit.
Tally. Merged.
Lock.
Hound dog.
Altitude. Altitude. Lock.
Brake left.
I'm already braking right.
Okay.
Landed on my 6.
I'm on his 6. Brake left if you can.
Lock.
Right on your 6 still.
Clear him, clear him, clear him, clear him, clear him!
I'm trying. Doesn't help I can't hit anything.
Warning, 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 warning.
Nice, got me.
Warning,
Yeah.
warning.
Sorry, Jersey, I was behind him, but I couldn't get a shot on
Sorry.
him. You beat me in poker the other night anyway.
All right, same setup, and I'll let you know when.
Okay. Tally on you too. I'm right off your 9.
Visual. Which way are we going, right or left?
Well, we'll be referenced to our position, okay?
Okay.
Let's go, he's a little offset, so let's go to the right, 45.
2.
And let's just do wings level. Heading 175.
Copy.
So same thing, once you see nails, fights on.
Altitude. Altitude.
2, see if you can get line abreast on me up here. I'll slow down a little.
Don't slow down.
Okay, nails, brake right.
Breaking right.
Nails close at about 5 o'clock.
Copy.
Lock. Lock. Lock.
No joy on the bandit.
Lock.
One's blind on bandit.
Play bandit. Behind you, behind you, behind you.
Lock.
I think he's switching his radar on and off.
Altitude. Lock.
Shit. Did I lock you up?
Spike, turning right.
Oh,
He's on. Got a tally. He's on my 6. Oh, I think he got me. Yep, he did. Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Good job, Jersey.
too late. My wingman's already dead.
Well, I did the same to you, though.
I had him too. I somehow got him confused with you.
Yeah, it happens.
No, it's easy.
And
yeah.
that's when you have to like say I'm defensive or I'm offensive to kind of put position of the other person.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said you're on my 6. I did.
Which way we breaking?
Where is he? Okay, there he is. He's right off our nose. Let's break our left. Let's see, where are you, 2?
Right.
Oh,
Above
I
you.
got you. Oh, visual on prime.
Yeah, that'll be short-lived.
Don't mind me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm invisible.
Okay, go ahead and wings level 2. Heading 112 or so. Were you turning your radar on and off that last time, Prime?
It was probably because I was going hot, cold, just facing back and forth. So might
Yeah,
have been
that RWR blind spot maybe.
And that too. Yep, that too.
Yeah.
All right, so this one is if you see me, or so it's like blanket. So if you see me, fights on. If you get locked up, fights on. So anything. So look for me. And if you see me, fights on. Just go for it. Yeah, fights on.
Tally bandit low 2. He's low 7 o'clock 2 on
Tally
you.
2. Locked.
One's covering.
Lock.
Bandit is climbing.
Tally.
Diving. You're more offensive than I am.
Yep.
Lock.
2's hound dog.
Lock.
Press.
Or 1's hound dog, whatever the hell I am.
Press, press, press.
Altitude. Altitude.
Visual and tally.
Lock.
Oh. Two is pressing.
Okay. Yeah, 1's blind.
He's on your 6.
Lock.
Dang clouds, I lost him.
What's going on here? Explain.
Merge.
One's defensive. And blind.
2 is pretty much defensive. Why am I so slow?
Yeah, no, I've noticed that too.
Oh, we're on your turn. Turn to me. Turn to me. He's on my 6.
I got no joy. Not even RWR.
Lock.
I keep thinking we need to fly level for this.
Lock. Lock.
Still no joy.
In any RWR stuff?
Nope,
Negative.
just
Oh wow.
Jersey.
I'm literally right behind Jersey.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I got tally on Bandit.
That's crazy. All right, well, continue. We'll just go from here. That's really weird.
But it's easy when the Bandit tells you.
Yeah, I was locking you up for like 30 seconds. I'm like, he has to see something. I'm like, something's wrong.
All right, you bandits on your 6.
Yeah, I ran out of energy.
Hound dog.
Oh, what? Press. One's defensive.
Altitude. Altitude.
Doing that Top Gun air brakes thing on me again.
Oh, well, I'm going down. If you're anything above idle, you're gonna hit in front of me.
Okay. One's tally.
I hope you tally quick.
Yeah.
Lock.
Visual and tally.
Break left, break left.
I'm breaking left, all right.
Yeah.
Um, 2's hit.
One switching the missiles. Ah, scared you, didn't I?
Oh god. I was like, oh, you're too close for
My
missiles.
engine's out.
Ah! I can't believe I missed you on that one.
Too close for missiles.
No, jeez.
PK of 1. Oh, you got me. Nice. Ejecting.
I killed more squirrels on that one too.
Yeah, squirrels are dead. Squirrel soup. All right, go ahead and exit, and I'll close down if it doesn't crash again. All right, visual or spike? Fight's on. And
All right, let's break left.
missiles free.
Lock.
I think I have visual or tally.
2's no joy,
Lock.
but visual on you lead.
Am I locking you up?
No,
You getting nobody spike?
nobody spike.
All right. I got the bandit out in front of me. My 12 o'clock.
2. 2's cover.
Lock. Lock. Altitude. Altitude.
Remember, missiles free.
Altitude. Altitude.
Ah, damn, track IR. 2's tally.
Flare. Chaff. flare,
Some flares.
lock,
One is offensive. Maneuvering for a
Nice.
shot.
chaff, flare,
Am I locking you up?
chaff, flare,
Negative.
chaff, flare,
Rats. Had him.
Very nice. Ejecting.
Okay.
Got a buddy spike.
lock,
Yeah. Buddy spike, buddy spike. Tally on the bandit.
lock, chaff, flare,
Ah, they got me. Yeah, I was floundering.
I didn't see him yet.
altitude,
I
altitude,
got a missile off, but it was nothing.
lock, lock, warning, 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 chaff, flare, chaff, flare, warning, 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 warning,
Get him, Jersey.
Too close.
Yeah. There you go.
warning,
Very nice.
warning, warning.
All right. Break left, 30 degrees. Go ahead and fence in when able.
2.
Let's pick up our airspeed a little. Current heading 076.
2.
Current speed, point Mach 80. And climbing.
I'm off your 3.
Visual.
All right, fights on tally or nails.
Two's
nails.
got 29 nails. 2
3
o'clock.
break right. Do you have visual?
No, negative. Nails my 9 o'clock. Off my nose. Just don't know what altitude.
Up.
Oh,
Visual bandit. Or tally bandit.
Tally on both.
Merge.
Copy. Behind you.
Lock. Chaff,
Don't lose them.
flare,
Don't lose them.
lock, lock,
2's Hound Dog.
chaff, flare, chaff, flare. Altitude, altitude,
Two's blind.
chaff,
Gotta
flare,
get some energy.
chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Chaff, flare. Lock,
Two's tally
chaff,
on bandit.
flare.
Copy. Press if you can. You're offensive.
Warning,
Pressing.
warning,
Shoot.
warning, warning.
Yeah, I can't.
Chaff,
There we go.
flare.
Fox 2.
2, I'm on your right side.
Visual.
All right, let's continue that way. Going to bracket out a little bit. It's a bandit, 12 o'clock, about 35 miles.
2, same. About Angels 25.
A firm. All right, his speed is 390.
He's up to 420 now.
Yep. It's pretty much neutral. He hasn't committed on anybody quite yet. We'll just pass and see. All right, he's climbing.
Yeah.
Seems like he might be climbing up towards you.
Yeah, lost him.
Got him visual. Got him tally. He's turning towards you.
Okay. Two's gonna turn left. I'm no joy.
Copy. Turn right. Come back.
Turn right. Turn
come
right,
back.
Turn right.
210.
Okay.
Good, so you can turn into him. You have him. You have him tally. He's conning.
Yep. Yep. Visual and tally.
I am offensive on him, so I'm behind him. All right, he's continuing the turn. Coming back my way.
Yeah, he's up high a little bit.
All right, I'm still offensive.
Two's monitoring.
All right, right above him right now. Looking down.
Right. Boom.
Boom. All right, cool. You kind of how I walk through that with the, because he was blind, so it was nothing for him to say. So I'm kind of just walking him through what I'm doing so he can understand. And he wanted to turn right, or we wanted to turn left, but that would have been away from the bandit. So I had him turn towards the bandit to get that angle, that harder angle to actually see him. All right,
Yeah.
go and bracket left. So 45 left.
Okay.
Get some
Okay.
separation here.
Let's see. You must. Yeah, you're off to my right.
Yep, got you visual. Bandit's 12 o'clock. 10 miles. Seems like he's committed towards me.
Might be 29,000. Is that what it says?
I got 24.
Okay. Yeah. 430 knots.
Yep, seems like he's committed on me. I'm engaged.
Two's tally.
All right, 2 circle. He's going towards you.
Yep. Two's tally. Two's merge. Two's hound dog.
Press if you got a shot. I still got visual. You're a little low. He's
Yeah.
coming up behind you.
Yeah, I got him.
Lock,
All right, go ahead and press if you got something. I got too much distance.
All right, I got him. Coming up behind him. He's heading towards me now. Guns on me. We merged. He's above, going high.
Copy, got him. Hound dog,
Press, I'm cold. Visual tally.
a little too far away still.
Altitude.
Let's keep him busy. Seems like he's coming back towards me.
Lock.
Yep.
Head on.
Ah, way too late in my shot. No, he got hit maybe.
All right, he's low. I'm coming back around.
Yeah, two's hound dog.
Lock.
Standby.
Okay.
Altitude. Altitude.
All right, an offensive behind him. He's in a dive.
All
All
right.
right, visual
11,000.
visual of you. Press. You're in front of me.
Okay.
I'm supporting.
He's climbing. I don't got enough energy. Okay, he's come back down. I can just get a shot here.
Very weird angle here. He's coming up slowly on my 6 here.
Go ahead and press if you can.
I'm defensive.
Okay. Ah, sorry.
Yep, I'm defensive. He's right behind me.
Yeah, I'm on a 6. If I can just get a shot.
Warning. Warning.
Brake left.
Warning.
Dead.
Oh. Yeah. Is that you, Dad?
Yep, that was me.
Okay. Okay, I'm still on.
So continue. Yep.
Apparently you can't share your screen. What happened to Silverback?
You said he's out for the night.
Ah, man.
Were you guys able to get a couple good
Yeah, we did some
things in?
good engagements.
Sweet.
Okay. Visual on your 1. I'm on your 9.
All right, visual go in bracket. Bracket left. I'll go right.
2. About 10 miles out, 490 knots. Wow.
He's going pretty fast.
Yeah.
So if you get into a circle with him, try to do a 1 circle because he's going so fast.
Sure.
As long as you're going below his speed.
Yeah, he manages energy a lot better than I did that last one.
It seems like he's committed on me.
Yep, 2's tally.
Oh, no, he's switching.
Yep. And 2's merged.
All right, I'm supporting. Up high.
All right, tally. And merge. Where'd he go? There he is.
Still got him tally?
Yep.
All right, I'm above you guys.
Where does merging? But merged again. Ah, turned too far. There we go.
Altitude.
Now going to the deck.
Altitude.
Tally visual.
Merged. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay, 2's blind on him now.
I got him. Keep your turn if you got him. You have him tally yet?
No, no joy.
All right, 1's in. All right, right behind him.
Oh, I'm getting shots.
Right behind him. Go ahead and jink.
Okay.
Start jinking.
2's defensive. Ah, he got me. Good job, Jersey.
Ten seconds too late.
Hey, Gump.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this is what I was trying going to accomplish on our.
Warning,
last
warning,
mission.
warning, warning.
Well,
Still alive there, buddy?
Barely.
Barely.
My plane is full of so many holes right now.
I'll wait till you crash and burn or eject. That's another thing. If you're
You're smoking pretty good.
yeah, if your bandit's smoking, don't turn off and give up.
Yeah, mailman, I had to shoot you with no HUD.
Ooh.
Ah, I thought I hit you earlier.
You did.
Yeah. That's impressive. No HUD. Getting shot down by a damaged jet.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
I did.
Lock.
You know how hard it is to shoot at something when you can't see where your bullets are going?
Yeah, that's fair. Like you're
You got lasers.
you got the degraded engine, so I'm going faster than you.
Warning, 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 warning.
That's one tough jet.
Yeah. Yep, you got me.
Warning, warning.
Nicely done, Jersey.
Very nice.
Damaged jet, no less.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, same bracket left. I'll go right.
Okay.
Well, guys, get you next time.
See ya.
Here you go.
We're gonna do one more of these, and we'll start looking over some of the Acme.
Okay. Angels 25, about 440 knots.
Yep, got him.
I'm gonna take off here, guys. You guys have a good night.
See ya. Thanks for
See you later.
briefing.
Hardy, good job. On your
Thanks, I
presentation.
appreciate it.
Two's
He's
visual.
going after you.
Or two's tally, I mean. And merge.
Going back after me.
Okay.
Merge. Oh, he hit me on one bullet.
Yeah, I got you. Two's hound dog. I
Caution,
can see him.
caution.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's one of the first ones. So I was on the red side, or the orange side, but the aggressor, single person side. So a couple of these, I just went right down the middle, and their communication was good. See how I have to choose somebody at some point, and I choose someone, and then the wingman's basically right behind me. But this merge is probably the most dangerous part. If the other person's good at these slap kills on the merge, high aspect shots, then it's going to be a problem for whoever's on the tail end of that. And see how here, I'm pretty sure you guys communicated that hound dog, because now he has a better shot and he's right behind me, and this guy just goes to offense or supporting fighter. They just communicate that. But as you guys probably saw, communication is key. Right here, this Jersey should be saying that he should be able to see mailman in this aspect. So you should be telling mailman he's on your 6, but I'm offensive on him. So just keep jinking. Yeah, I see him in front, and I also see him. So I'm trying to do both at the same time. Somewhat of a shot here, but he has a shot on me. It's kind of like you got to do, the bandit has two things to do at once. You got to try not to hit each other either.
Oh.
Oh. Got a little close with everybody here. You were able to get me in and come out there, so that was good. And Jersey, good job maintaining your speed to not fly in front of both of us. You did get me at the very last second where I passed Mailman. Very nice. Did a little bit the same thing. I went to Jersey this time. High aspect. And then Mailman's just chilling up here, and we're doing our thing. Being a supporting fighter. And I think that's, oh, nope. I think
That might have
Mailman,
been a
problem with your track IR, so you went back and forth with Tally and No Joy.
yeah, or I might have even confused Jersey with you. You know, going after him.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Got into this huge fight, went back and forth, and yeah, we went over, did some BFM for a couple long time there. Go to this last one here. I'm gonna go over one of the defensive ones. Went straight down the middle. What was that?
There's some good sessions there, though.
Yeah, that was some really good scenarios and stuff. So he's the supporting, Jersey, the supporting fighter, kind of has the big picture of everything. So he has me locked up, but he's also supporting. And then once he sees he has a good shot, he just says hound dog. And since he's out of the way, so there's no one in between. There's a clear shot of fire. Even if it was missiles, you'd be able to still use missiles because your wingman's not in between. This is a good shot here. And I wasn't even aware of Jersey, probably. I just got killed. Wasn't even aware. That's that. Gonna go over some of the defensive ones. So here I had them basically, I was invisible for this. We put ourselves closer, like 15 miles or something. But I was invisible up until about here. And I would either have my radar on or have them fights on at Tally or something along those lines. I think this one was, might have been radar. So once I turned on my radar, it was fights on. So I turned on my radar, and they had to judge where I was on the RWR. So they turned right, which was, I am like right behind them. So I guess it's not really a right or wrong direction. I guess it would be better to go this way because now he is hot onto me. If they were to go the other way, then he would be in a defensive position because he went off this way away from me. So this is probably the best move to turn left, everybody to turn left. Because now he is in that offensive position and he's more of a threat to me. So I switch to this hot guy. Then I switch again to kind of change it up a little bit. So what is this? Mailman supporting fighter. Flew by. Little close here. Not sure what was the communication in this one exactly.
I can't remember either.
Yeah,
I think I might have said hound dog or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is when I said, "Get him off me! Get him off me!"
Oh,
Yeah,
he's in front of you.
Right.
Get him. Kill him.
Yeah.
Yep, this is definitely that time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, get him off me!
Oh.
Yeah.
He finally got me.
I got him, but not in time.
Another one of these. I think this was a. What was this? Oh, I called it like really far, kind of far away. So I was like fights on, and I was either radar or visual, so they saw me at one of those two aspects, and they turned into me. So they turned into me like this, so that's good. They chose the right. They chose not the wrong decision. So I got a choice here. Got two of them here. locked on to this guy, and I know he doesn't see me because he's belly to me.
Right.
So
Right.
I'm gonna go straight after this guy, see if I can get a couple shots off. I think I almost hit you, but not quite.
Yeah. I saw the shots.
Yeah, and then now I'm on him, but Jersey's still up there in a very offensive position, but make sure not to shoot your wingman in the crossfire there. Once you have either hound dog or have mailman break in a direction, so like right here, it'll be good for mailman to have mailman like turn the other way to get closer to me, so
Sure.
Jersey can get closer. So just call mailman to break in whatever direction that Jersey sees fit.
Boom.
And that was the classic, going slow, gets in front, but he still gets me on one of those turns. The last second, bloop bloop. But yeah, Acme for Lee's. Let's see, Rhodey, do you have any Acme you want to look at on your, or was Bible and Rhodey in the same thing? I don't think so.
Negative.
So in that case, let's have Bible. You have any Acme?
I should, although the last one might be a little questionable because I too crashed on the way out.
Oh, yeah, I crashed every single time for the most part.
Yeah, I crashed a couple times.
So, yeah. But if you have any Acme, we can go over it real quick, and then we'll do some of Rhodey's.
Yes. While I'm opening one, let me try to restore the other one.
Okay.
By means of relaunching the game.
Yes. It might be blank, but it'll be playable. Well, the names won't be there, the call signs won't be there, but
the names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Yes.
I still love that show.
Oh, I opened it. Korea.
We were in Israeli jets.
Yeah, we switched up. So we did a couple things. The first one, we did no real prep for this. We did 20 miles. The whole idea that we wanted here was to just go at it and just see where we are.
Yeah.
So I took on the, well, gray in this case, but the red one. Badger and Diego took the blue side.
Sweet.
We started at 20 miles and we just went for it. So in this case, I came in real fast, if you can't tell. In fact, let me get the labels a little bit larger. I think you might need them. Is that good? Can everybody see that?
I can.
Okay. So I came in very fast at some points. So Badger turns off here, and I decided to, I think, stick with him this time. I think I just decided, let's just do this engagement and give the wingman a chance to get me if I don't get a quick kill.
Yeah.
But in this case, I think there was a little bit of either miscommunication or maybe when I came in around this time, they may have thought, because my radar kind of hits this guy a little bit.
True.
And I don't know if that spiked him or not. So it looks like here I'm set up for a very good engagement.
Yes, and Diego might be possibly no joy at this point, but it seems like he's turning around, so he might have tally. Definitely the supporting fighter. And was Badger like voicing that I'm defensive? If you remember, that's another thing. If the bandit's behind you, the person defensive has to say, I'm defensive, whatever altitude, because your wingman should be somewhat close by.
So we tried to have the two blue on IVC and the red guy just communicating over Discord if needing.
Okay.
Too. So Badger and Diego, do you guys remember what you were communicating on the first fight?
Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him!
Shoot him! Fair.
That sounds about right.
Like, he's behind me. Shoot him! I'm defensive.
I was surprised at how quickly the engagements ended, both when I was shooting and being shot. It's very quick. You don't have much time to get into tactics. If everyone's doing guns, it's basically BFM. Yes, your wingman can come in and save you, but you have to be doing BFM for at least whatever 20 seconds or something, and that's very long. So he came in very, very. That was a crazy angle.
Quick. I went in hot.
Yeah, I was looking around. I think.
Yeah, good morning.
This is when I think I saw something.
Like,
okay.
Tally bullets. Wee. Where'd
limited guns.
Limited, yes. Spray all of the guns.
I kept trying to turn unlimited off.
I was trying to. I wasn't sure if this was good. In fact, I doubted it would work at all. But I was dropping stuff just to see if I could disrupt. I think I have chaff on that program, just to see if I could disrupt his radar.
Interesting.
But I wasn't sure if that was really going to work at that range. I doubt it.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, it's basically just BFM at this point.
Yep.
One-on-one.
We'll speed this up a little bit.
Well, you see what's happening here is Bible's gaining his energy.
Oh,
and then losing it.
Yeah.
We were there for a while.
Oh, this is not the first engagement. This is Tacview putting this up into like the third one or something. That's why. Well, it's the first set, but not the first engagement.
Is this where I just F'd out because I was bored?
Yes, yeah. But I was trying. I was
one.
succeeding because I noticed my angle looked better the more I went into this. We'll speed this up a little bit. But I think it was gaining here after a while.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I F'd out right there.
Like,
yeah. So that was okay. So that was the last engagement of this fight. Now we'll fix it.
Oh, better. Where'd you go? There you are.
So this was the first engagement of the first fight. So this is that one. I think this is the one I was coming in really fast. I knew I was coming in faster than that. So 500 knots, just came flying right through here, blown by everybody.
Yep.
Just getting right into the mix, causing chaos.
Yes. I'm here. I have arrived.
And figuring I'm just going to go for one. Yeah. Like, just take one. And then something happened here where I realized this is not going well.
Funny how fast that happens too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Quick. Wingman's not coming back. Quick.
So that was good. This is the second engagement. And this one I purposely did the trick where I locked up one and then switched my target at the end, right here. So I locked this guy up. They're doing some sort of beam deploy.
Yep.
And or was it not this one? No, it is this one. There. Then I switched to the last
Hello.
second. And we went into it.
Tried that a few times.
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for hosting and everything, Prime. We'll see you guys around.
Yep, thanks for coming. See ya.
Yeah.
See you, man.
See ya, man.
Something so beautiful about this, even though we're trying to kill each other.
Yeah, it's so majestic.
So that was it for because I think we did, well, actually there is more in this, but I'll skip ahead if it's all right to some of the others.
Yeah, did you do any defensive ones?
That's what I wanted to show here. Now this one will probably
Don't show the one where we crashed.
Oh.
That'll be...
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Hold on. Korea. Why am I always in Kuwait? What is wrong with me? Okay, so I'm going to change this color to something else.
I think you might have opened up. You might have opened up another Tacview. We still see the other one.
Yeah, I'll have to switch it over.
Okay.
Change window. Whoops. Change window again. Okay. So unfortunately, this one won't have the names, and it might be a little confusing, but I try to change the color on the one. I'll probably have to do that for multiple engagements. But so what we did here, is it this one? Yeah, I'll have to do this multiple times. Well, it's okay. So we'll make this one light blue. So this one we artificially set up a fight. So we both turned away. We got set up, and we tried to get 5 miles separation. And we were going to go with that. We're going to go with the idea that we couldn't necessarily see him. We would just know he's behind us, and then we would react. Now, he was telling us he's within 5 miles. Apparently, he was a little bit closer than 5 miles.
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Just a little bit, but we were relying on him to give us a number. So just a little scary.
Within visual.
So then we would call fights on, and we would have some breaks here where one side would go off to wherever. And we were having trouble seeing him. Now I know he was probably a lot closer than 5, which is I wasn't looking in the right place.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's like, yeah, he's behind you. I'm like, he is?
Like, what? All right, here we go.
So that was a little bit wild.
Two. Huh.
This one we chose, in order to distinguish, we chose the Israeli F-16s.
Oh, okay.
And then, so I had to carry some Rio around that I was, or Wizzo that I was going to forcibly eject. This one, we did the same thing, but we flew a little bit closer because it took him a while, he said, to get up with us. So we did the turn a little later. And he called, he's ready. Like, okay. Same thing. So we called the fight. But we were calling, one thing we were doing differently than the last training that you were doing, Prime, we were not waiting for visual on him. So we didn't see him. We were doing this more as if, you know, like our famous GCI call of
merge.
You know, Falcon 1 merge.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what?
What? Huh?
So we were doing it more like that.
Yep, there's unlimited amount of variables you can add to it. But usually this doesn't happen. Like in a scenario, this usually just does, you don't just spawn a MiG on your 6. Lots of mistakes were made before that point.
So this actually looked nice. You know, this is like a Tom and Jerry show. With,
oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Is Jerry in front, Tom in the middle, and there's the dog in the back.
Yep, 100%.
So this, I think, so this right here, this F-16 right here is actually, I think this was Badger at this point. This F-16 was actually on point here until somewhere around in this turn, something went wrong. There's this separation, very slow speed, 150.
Oh, yeah.
And 140, and
basically
this F-16
stopped.
can't control, and then decides it's time to bail out, and this F-16 is nowhere to go.
Yep.
But this is good work by Diego to keep his energy up here, because he was able to make this insane turn here. So that was really nice.
All right, Rody, go ahead and get your Tacview ready. I'm going to look at that after this engagement.
Got it.
There's one, I'll show you this. There's only two other things I want to show you. This is one engagement, then one funny thing. And then we'll call it there. This one will be fast. This is one where actually blue gets the advantage here. So this time, the F-16 that's supporting and turns into the engaged fighter actually manages to get SA and not lose it.
Nice.
So that was over fairly quickly, I think.
Oh wow, that was a high aspect shot there. Good.
Yeah, and then just for the fun of it, we tried a tactic here where we're going to hide in the mountains and then separate each side on the mountain and let him chase us.
Nice.
But it didn't quite work out this way. So we're dragging him into the mountains. He's coming in. He's trying to angle. And then he turns away. I was a little bit surprised.
Interesting.
I'm turning around. We're doing circling. We can't find him. He decides he's going to come down low and whoops.
Yeah, like
So we took it low and it worked, but not in the way we thought it would.
Yeah.
So I thought you guys would appreciate that.
Yep,
Oh,
it
that's
happens.
for the taxpayers.
So yeah, what we learned is a couple things about just being, obviously being ready ahead of time, changing things ahead of time. You really have to be aware if you're going to face another aircraft that looks like yours or is the same RWR scenario. That's definitely something for the briefing that we need to take into account, because that's the first thing we learned in the first engagement was the lone guy in a 1v2 has the advantage of IDing because he knows everything around him is hostile.
True. Yep.
So that's just another extra thing that we realize you have to take into account with ACM.
Yeah, especially using the same data. This is why communication is key. When you're like, I'm high, he's low, I'm defensive, I'm off. Like, I'm in a left turn. You really got to communicate.
Well, when we were playing, you were spiking as a 29.
Yeah, it was a different spike, but it was basically the same jet.
Oh, okay.
So
but in the RWR, like in your flight Bible, was the other guy coming up as a 29 on the RWR?
So in the first fight, no, we were all the same aircraft in the first set. In the second set, we used block 32s and block. What are they? What are the aggressors? 30s or 32s? And
well,
we use the.
There's two.
We use
both of them.
We use the. Okay, then we use the third. Well, we use whatever the other ones were not, because that's all we had in the.
Okay.
And then we didn't like that because we didn't have the helmet.
I had the helmet in the 30. In one of them, I was using. I had a helmet.
In one of them, we did not.
Okay.
But I don't remember whatever it is that we used at the time. We're like, that's kind of lame. So we, at the end of it, we gave the last one that you just saw, the last set, where we were doing it defensively. The two ones that were the two defensive F-16s were Sufaz block 52 plus, and the lone guy was a block 52.
Oh, okay.
So we tried different things.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated, but did you guys know that when it ends in a 0, it's a GE engine, and when it ends in a 2, it's a Pratt & Whitney?
Yes, but I never remember which one is which. I just know that it's
something
different. Yeah.
I just know the 2 is usually the heavy and slow one. Like the engine's not as
powerful.
It's not up to par. Yeah.
Sorry, had to throw that in there.
No, you're good. All right, Rody, you got the floor.
All right, my friends. It was Gump, Silverback, and myself. Silverback and I were engaging Gump. At this point, let's play the tape. I was on Gump, and I was telling Silverback to become the observer. But I told Silverback at this point, he's coming up behind you, told him to brake, but he got hit.
Oh, yeah, happens.
Sir, from 4 level.
Yeah, and then I'm on.
Yep, you're offensive on Gump.
And I'm trying to manage and not to overfly them.
Close.
And he got me right there. That was that first engagement. Next is our this one. We lured, I believe, at one point we lured Gump all the way to the ground and just see what happened, and he splashed. Same thing with what happened with Bible. This engagement, Silverback was already gone.
Oh, you said 1v1?
Yeah, this is going to be a 1v1. And let's see, how do I do this?
And you control right click, I believe. Yeah. Tie them together. So if you could seek, like, travel through it really quickly.
Oh yeah.
You know the middle button? You can hold that, click it, and then like move the mouse left or right. So the scroll wheel on your mouse, click that, and you can move your mouse left and right, and it'll seek it back and forth.
Yeah, we got into a serpentine here.
Rolling downward scissors.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Try to. I definitely had SA on him, and I lost some speed, and it goes around here. Okay. And the same thing. He gets behind me, and he gets me.
What did Silverback say when he had a couple of those engagements? Did he say anything about
Negative. There was hardly any communication.
Okay. I know this is like his fourth multiplayer mission, multiplayer anything.
And then I set it up to do just like a training exercise. Because it's just mainly Gump and I.
Going in circles.
Goodness, I don't have it. Oh, this is it, but that's the end of the tape.
Oh.
No, we did I took the lead, and I told Gump and Silverback to get behind me, and then I told them to communicate between each other and try to get me.
Yeah.
And I got behind Silverback, and I was on his tail, and all of a sudden Gump came behind me and he shot me down, but I didn't hear any communication between any of them.
Okay, it was probably just sensory overload.
Yeah,
like he probably couldn't even get any word. It was just too much, which is understandable. His fourth multiplayer stuff.
Absolutely. At one point, Gump did hit the ground. Silverback did hit Gump. I hit Gump. It was mutual exchange. We did really good, but we did poorly on comms.
Oh, okay. Well, it comes with time. We'll do this again on Thursday. Same on Thursday. But you'll definitely get more practice, and we'll switch up the people and the groups next time. Today we didn't have too much time to switch it, but I think we got some pretty good rounds in.
No, yes, we did, and everything will work well. I was trying to get Silverback when we were tied together to have the same TACAN channel, but that did not work for some reason. I have no idea why. We got good yardstick, but for TACAN channel to see him on the HSD, that did not work for some reason. I have no idea why.
Okay. We'll look at Bono and Lee's and GlobalNet's engagement here real quick. I think Bono's the only... Oh, GlobalNet's here, so Lee's the only one that's not here. We'll go over this real quick.
Hello.
There's 3 of them. Oh, Howard was over there. 3v1?
Yes.
I thought I had to go up one point, but they wound up changing, so we just kept GlobalNet in because he was gonna take my place before.
Okay.
Yeah, like T52, 53, I think it is. It's just me and Howard.
All right. That's a very interesting 3v1 here. So yeah, supporting fighter. Kind of a hybrid. So yeah, he's close. So Bono kind of goes off. This guy's the secondary supporting fighter. He's in that 27 there. Pretty slow. Doing circles. Lee goes up. All that's lots of speed. Some shots off. Oh, he got him. Nice. Bono got him. Sweet. In those how was the communication in there, Bono and GlobalNet? Was the communication
it was
decent?
Yeah, it was pretty good overall.
Cool.
Yeah, Harry was giving me break calls when I was defensive.
Nice.
It was good.
Yep. Yeah, to make it whatever better for the person with the better shot. A break. And in this scenario right here, if you're ever in this scenario, so GlobalNet and Howard, I'm pretty sure you would disengage because there's a friendly in between, but you can still follow at this distance, and if need be, you could like turn off and change your vector, so you're like right in line with everybody, so you can kind of go up or down or something, or left or right. Try to get off of this plane of motion with your friendly in between here. Jinkin back and forth, Jinkin. Oh, shot in between.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, got him. Nice. Got Lee on that one. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was weird. Oh, no tally probably. Oh, tally probably there. Maybe not. Put the belly toward him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just barely.
Yeah, I think I was watching that. I thought he had his out. He just started climbing.
Yeah. Thought it was over. So defensive, it just swaps roles back and forth. This is good. So high aspect here. And now Howard is in a good spot for guns employment. That's a really high aspect shot there. And he got him. Nice. Very nice. But yeah, swap back and forth. Go over one more of these. Which one did you said was this U2?
Tape 52.
All right,
It's like the first ones.
So the other ones are not just U2?
Tape 52 and tape 53, I'm pretty sure. I can check tape 53 real quick.
I'll do 55.
I think 55 is the 3v1 still, because that's the most recent ones.
Yeah, it's 1v1.
53 just made our day.
Gentlemen, just to make sure, when I said there was hardly any communication, that includes myself.
Okay. Yeah, that one's just 1v1. We already went over BFM stuff. Oh, wait.
Yeah, my 53.
52 is good.
All right.
Swap this. Oh. Yeah, communication, it can be hard because there's a lot of stuff going on. And what I pointed out in my session, if there's silence, then someone needs to say something. Like if it's a long span of silence and everyone's engaged and like there's no communication at all, like you need to say something. Because the longer you have silence, the longer or the less SA everyone has, or the possibility of a friendly fire incident. Oh, there's Lee in the classic in the weeds there.
Okay. We were lucky. No friendly engagement.
That's good.
No
yes.
fire on our part.
Good. I guess Lee was doing some kind of like fights on thing here.
Yeah. No, it was hard. He went us on a defensive, so we turned left and wait for Lee to get behind us.
Okay.
Then went fights on.
All right, so something like that. Fights on. Cool. That'll work too. So yeah, you're split up, so that's good. You're not following each other. You were following there, but because you're getting SA and figuring out what everybody is, where everything is. Then y'all split up. One went behind the bandit, the other was in front. Somewhat behind. Looping back around. Now Bono is setting up for offensive position. Oh, nice. Flew right by. Oh, was that a flat spin?
Yeah, my FLCS was out. I think he hit me earlier.
Oh, yeah, one
of
of the
FLCS was like hit, so I couldn't get out of my my stall.
Yeah, probably right here. All right. Well, that's interesting. Why'd you turn off cold?
We were both for those ones. Harday had us do a strategy where I was split right, he went left.
Okay.
And yeah, it seemed to work pretty well. We won every time we did that.
Yeah, it's like you had to make a decision. It's like where you want to keep going straight or, yeah. Nice. Well, cool. Well, that's it for today's mission. Thanks for everybody for joining. Hopefully you learned something today. We'll definitely do basically the same thing on Thursday, and we'll change up the groups for that.
Question.
Yep.
Did you guys upload the PDF of the lesson for today? I'd like to look over it.
Yeah, it's in BMS UPT Bravo. Are you?
Oh yeah, I can see. Okay.
Yeah, it's in there.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, it's a wonderful document. Has like a lot of good stuff in there.
Well made, yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking through the BEM and I found the aircraft pre-flight. Immediately upon arrival, verify the correct configuration. Always take time to perform a thorough inspection of the AFTO Form 781, the aircraft and armament. Yeah, let's go. I can't wait for virtual paperwork.
Can't wait. 781s. Yeah, it's like the forms for maintenance and everything.
I actually would like that. Not the full extent of the paperwork, but imagine flying TVT and your jet that you're getting was damaged in a previous fight and it's been repaired.
Yep.
And you could look at the repair, like the log that goes with the jet to say, oh, wait, it's had something done on the left rear, gear.
Yep.
So when you touch down, don't, not that you can do much, but don't slam the left rear gear.
True. Or if there's really get into maintenance here, if there's like a intermittent RWR problem, you won't know until you get killed and you didn't hear anything.
Yeah, that'd be great. So I'm hoping, I'd love to see that in BMS, stuff like that, squadron stores and everything.
Yep. Yeah. So in here, the reason why you want to not be behind, because you're fixated on him, and you're too close to be able to get the bigger picture. Oh, for Howard Day in this case, but for everybody's SA. Because if he was above over here, something you can kind of keep eyes on everybody while still listening to the radio or making sure there's no bandits coming in or Sam Wezzes or something. But when he's basically in behind, it's hard to do that.
I think he officially called down dog and pulled off.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for one of these, when he's in the SU-27, Lee had us come to like 40,000 feet, just chasing him up into air. I can't remember which one it is.
Interesting. Alrighty then, y'all. That's it.